health. What comes to mind when you think about mental health? Depression? Anxiety? What about support for mental health? Do you know what your school can do to help you? There's a disconnect between adults and youth when it comes to mental health treatment, especially within schools. In the US, 1 in 5 teens have a serious mental disorder, and many more suffer from undiagnosed mental health related challenges, and even the day-to-day stress of high school. It is apparent that students are struggling, but what exactly are schools doing to help? Let's hear from Valley View High School's 9th grade counselor, Ms. Zamora.
What is your opinion of status of students' mental health among the youth?
I think that in our school, it's a bigger problem than we might think it is. And we definitely need to pay more attention to it because it's just like physical health. If you don't feel good, you're not going to perform as well. If students aren't feeling good mentally or emotionally, they're not going to perform well on their academics. They're not going to perform well on athletics. They're not going to be able to cope with just the regular day-to-day stresses of being a teenager and basically in our area.
Currently in place to help students struggling with mental health.
So we try to refer kids to our mental health resources and partners that we have in the area. So we have clinicians that accept students that have Medi-Cal. For our students with disabilities, they do have educational related mental health services that may be available to them. But as far as the day-to-day, we really have to rely on parents and their insurances to get the mental health services.
Do you feel that there is anything the support system lacks? If so, explain.
I absolutely think that we are lacking a little bit more support, but I think that our hands are tied. Maybe we're lacking money to get the resources. I think that, especially being a freshman counselor, a lot of freshmen are struggling with like coping skills and things like that. So maybe just in general, more students need to be more prepared for the challenges of high school and things like that. And I feel like they definitely lack that when they transition into high school.
Change anything about the support system? What would you change?
I would make mental health resources free and available to everybody, because I think that it's something like healthcare, like immunizations, like they should be available to everyone because if, like I said, if we're not feeling good mentally, we're not going to perform good. And it definitely goes hand in hand with academics, and that's something that school feels so strongly on, so I think we should pay more attention to mental health.
Do you feel that you are helping students?
I hope so. The students that we do see, obviously we see when they're in a crisis, we try to de-escalate students and have them focus on positives and things like that. And we try to get students the help that they need, so I would hope that I'm helping students.
Now let's hear what Valley View High School's 9th grade student, Natalia Limon, has to say.
What steps do you think the school is taking to support students' mental health?
I think the steps that the school's taking to support students' mental health is that they're trying one by one trying to get to talk to the students privately, but I don't know if that's helping a lot.
Describe your feelings toward our school's treatment of mental health.
Personally, I don't think it's the best because they don't really talk to the students like you'd imagine. Because I had a friend who went and she said that it was kind of weird and it didn't really help her.
Across the country, more and more schools are becoming aware of mental health related challenges, and more schools are beginning to implement mental health programs. Like in Oregon, where just this summer, a group of students advocated for mental health days to be recognized as official reasons for absences. The advocations led to a bill that led to a law. Now, in Oregon and Utah, mental health days are officially recognized as eligible reasons for absence. Some worry that this law will lead to increased absences and encourage students to ditch class. But the law isn't about the students' attendance. The law is important because it opens up lines of communication, says Debbie Plotnick of Mental Health America. Mental health days show students that they shouldn't prioritize school over their mental health, and they open them up to comfortable conversations about mental health. As previously stated, in the US alone, 1 in 5 teens have a serious mental disorder. As stated on niatoday.com, teens and young adults are the most anxious ever, according to the mental health surveys. They admit it themselves. In February, a Pew survey found that 70% of teens say anxiety and depression is a major problem among their peers, and an additional 26% say it's a minor problem. According to PsychCentral.com, approximately 20% of teens experience depression before they reach adulthood, and between 10 to 15% suffer from symptoms at any one time. Only 30% of depressed teens are being treated for it. Healthline.com says that a 2014 survey found that 33% of students surveyed reported having suffered from serious depression. A 2016 survey reported that 39% of students were struggling with at least one mental illness. Now let's look at our school specifically. According to a poll of Valley View students, 56.9% of the 58 students polled said that they have felt or been depressed, and that school has contributed to these feelings. 43% of the students felt that the school does not have easily accessible mental health help. In fact, 61% of the students said that they do not feel that they have an adult on campus that they can confide in. Other data included the amount of stress felt from classes and whether or not the students polled have friends with mental health. According to our interview with counselor Miss Zamora, our school is certainly working to help with students with mental health related challenges. But due to low budgets, counselors often find their hands tied. Because the school has low budgets to help students with mental illnesses, most students don't get the help they need, and their mental health needs are often rejected. As stated in our interview with 9th grader Natalia, mental health is a very important thing to discuss openly in schools, and many schools, ours included, are lacking the resources to adequately help students. Overall, there seems to be a disconnect between the faculty who are doing everything in their power to help students and the students who feel as if they cannot confide in anyone.